Hello! Well, according to the video that we had yesterday, I want to talk right now about fears. And what I mean about fears is to really connect with you and understand if a fear is real, if it's like that kind of like intuition that something is really going wrong and maybe you should not do it. Because those things are important. I surely believe that our intuition can actually capture sometimes when something is not for us and we should listen to it. But how to differentiate this from the, oh my god, I feel fear towards something, but this is for me? In that case, I would say really, you need to really reconnect with that fear and kind of like ask that fear and see if it's a real or not by seeing as well the emotions and like the feelings that are in your body. Is it a fear that is actually kind of like feeling like an expansion in your heart, or is it like, the tingling, oh my god, that might actually go really well? I had this fear actually to be in the front of the camera. It was like kind of illogical. It was I feel like it's something that I actually should be doing. So, and I had this absolutely totally free, like completely frozen all the time. Or when I was public speaking, if I was in a group with a lot of people, I would start shaking, would be so like irrational. uh, but when I really reconnected with that, like that fear was actually showing me the moment of the expansion and places where I had to cross some limiting beliefs and I had to cross some fears, and to really step up to my full potential. So that's that what kind of fear that I meant. This is also really helpful. For example, I would say as well, there is this little methodology that I created once with a client on how to really connect with her, to take decisions. And it would be like for her to really first try to meditate, calm herself, calm her mind, try to really ask herself and see how she would be feeling if she did something, and then she would see if the feeling that would give her like kind of joy, even if it was scary, or if she was afraid of like it's too expensive or things like that. Is it something like, once you forget about money, once you forget about all the rest, is it something that is bringing her joy? Or was it something that was actually, no, she was still too worried about the money, or this ended up like turning to a very complicated situation and her intuition was telling her not to do something? So I think this is really good. Once we do this, like we can see and reconnect with the feeling of how would it be if I am there. You kind of already know much better if it's something for you or not. You can still feel like if your mind is analyzing too much, if it's saying some things, also observe, because sometimes it's not even our own reptilian brain that is actually like kind of like analyzing us, trying to see what is going wrong. It might be as well like energy from other people, from our parents, things that we heard when we were growing up, and those things might be telling us like, hey, are you crazy to be traveling alone? Are you crazy? You're a girl, like you're gonna be raped, or this is too dangerous, or this is that, or this is that. If those are the things that are coming to your mind, like also like again, try to clear those thoughts, try to see if that makes sense, if it's really your intuition. And if it is, sometimes it's just as well a warning for things that you can actually be prepared and make sure that this is not going to happen to you. You will know how to actually travel without having any kind of problems, right? Like you will just prepare yourself for it. If it's about money, or you're too afraid of making a big investment in a training or in a retreat, in a course, whatever, in your business, and because you're afraid of getting out of money. So okay, that fear is very valid, so do recognize that fear and then bring it in and then say, okay, now how do I actually make sure that I can step up and do that investment, do the course, that training, whatever trip, go to that conference or hire that person, and actually make sure that this is not gonna make you be without the money. Now you need to do is sit down and make plans of things that you're gonna actually make to be able to go there. How you're actually bringing money to yourself to do that. Make sure that your fear is listening. and then once you listen to it, you can actually take actions on it. So if it's something for you, like it's your own internal fears, easy. You will just like see if that's still for you or not, and take actions to make that happen. And if those fears or voices or like kind of like observes that comes to your mind, it's actually not even from you, it's from society. It's like, you know, society saying like, oh, you cannot be traveling all the time because you're 30, how are you gonna get married or have kids, or those BS that sometimes people say, then easy. BS, just let it go. Okay, I think this is my quick video about fears, so you can really connect with them, asking what is it that they want to tell you, and sometimes it can be really great indicators actually of what are the things that you just need to overcome and actually go for it, because they can be very like the fear of expansion, you know, the fear of like when you're going to bungee jump and just throw yourself out there, like go paragliding and just jump to this magical feeling unknown, and can be super life-changing sometimes.
If there was one concept that I would suggest to people to take a daily confrontation with, is fear. The problem with fear is that it lies. I went skydiving, and then people start going out of the airplane, and you go, and the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge and you're looking out down to death. And they say, on 3. And they say, 1, 2. And he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3. Right? Right? And you go, and you fall out of the airplane, and in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying. There's zero fear. You realize that the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. It's bliss. It's bliss.
So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know on the comments below, what are the fears that you're having right now that you feel like that can be very big expansion for you, and do write about it, like write for yourself, make a commitment. Are there any things that you can do to kind of like calm down those fears, be more prepared, and then step up for it? Then just go. Let me know how it's been for you. Share your experiences. I always love to hear from you, and thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to Thrive. Thank you.